Hey, good evening, everybody. How you all doing? This your boy Rod Thomas Jr. and this is a brief message from the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, today is still Saturday, August 28, 2021, and everybody send prayers up for the state of Louisiana, especially those down on the coast of Louisiana. Man, they got a major hurricane coming through, and they're saying that it has potentials to be catastrophic, actually just as powerful or even more powerful than Hurricane Katrina. And it's a coincidence that as almost exactly 16 years to the day Hurricane Katrina struck that area. It's bewildering. But anyway, I want to be very brief in this video, and I want to talk about the recent change in police chief here in Shreveport. As you all know, the former police chief Ben Raymond stepped down, and another gentleman, I keep forgetting this man's name, but is the interim police chief right now. So basically, they're going to have to go through the process of delegating a new police chief here in the city of Shreveport. Now, you got to realize the last two police chiefs, Chief Alan Crump and now Chief Ben Raymond, have been forced to step down because the violence in our neighborhood is continuing to escalate. Guess what? Since Chief Ben Raymond has stepped down, the killing is still continuing, y'all. When has the police ever stopped somebody from killing each other? I said this in the last video. Do you all realize the police only come after a crime has been committed? You cannot expect your police chief, your mayor, none of your city officials to stop the violence, y'all. Now what they can do, y'all, hold on a second. Y'all excuse me, I had to pause this video for a second, but let me break it down to y'all. Let me tell you something, show you something. The police can't read minds. Unlike that movie Minority Report, where they had pre-crime, where they was able to basically predict who was going to kill somebody and they would arrest them before they actually kill somebody. What can the police really do when two people are beefing and one person is intent on killing the other? We're asking the same police now that you say is shooting you down in the middle of the street, you asking them to stop us from shooting each other. How crazy does that sound? You asking the same people that got you running around here talking about hands up, don't shoot, and Black Lives Matter, you're asking them to keep May up the street from shooting June down the street. That's not going to happen. The only thing going to happen is you're going to see your neighborhoods heavily militarized and a heavy police presence in your neighborhood, which might have a temporary psychological effect on the people in the neighborhood, which might stop a few of these killings initially. But the police can't be everywhere to stop all these killings. The police don't know who finna kill who. You know whose job that is, y'all? That is our job as citizens of a community. What we have, again, I say this all the time, what we really have is 3 or 4 Negroes that's holding entire neighborhoods of hundreds of people, maybe some cases thousands of people, hostage. Because the 1,000 people are scared of those 2 or 3 Negroes that got guns. And guess what? Most of the people that's scared of the people with the guns that's holding the neighborhood hostage got guns too. They're law-abiding citizens, responsible gun owners. What it's going to take, y'all, is a literal gathering of people who ain't afraid to tell these Negroes, look, you got to get the fuck on, bruh. I'm tired of my grandmother not being able to sit on her porch. I'm tired of my kids not being able to play in the front yard because you Negro subject to shoot at any time. It's going to take a bunch of men with courage to stand up and if necessary, arm themselves, not as vigilantes now, but arm themselves and patrol your own neighborhood. Because putting more police in your neighborhood, all that shit gonna do is get you stopped. At 8:30 in the morning, you running late for work. You might be doing 5 miles per hour over the speed limit trying to get to work on time. That's what extra police gonna do, stop you and write tickets. Or they gonna harass you, saying, hold on, let me talk to you. You fit the description of a suspect. What the description is, officer, 6 feet tall, medium build, light brown skin, short haircut. Do you realize that narrows it down to 30,000 Negroes? That's a tactic that they use to stop you, really, and harass you. You fit the description, then they get that old vague-ass description. So, more police is not going to solve the problem. No matter who you put in as a police chief, guess what? Again, Ben Raymond been gone, stepped down 2 days, and we had 3-4 shootings since then. The next police chief, even though he's another black man, he's stepping into the same shit that Ben Raymond and Alan Crump had to deal with. Negroes killing Negroes. And I still challenge you all that keep talking this dumbass shit that there's no such thing as black on black crime. Man, there's white on white crime, there's Hispanic on Hispanic crime, because using you all's own definition and semantics, crime happens in the location or the proximity of where you are at. So if you're living in a black neighborhood, you're gonna have black people killing each other. Well, ain't that black on black crime? Fuck all this woke consciousness shit. That shit ain't doing us no good. Telling people ain't no such thing as black on black crime when black people are getting murdered by black people. How many white people killing black people? I mean, even though that's, in my mind, that's trivial, but it's a handicap, man. Y'all want to make everything a racial or a psychological issue when the truth is the killing is happening because Negroes are listening to this dumbass rap music. Negroes are watching these dumbass shows like Power, Empire. Do you realize all our shows that's geared towards us or marketed to us, it has everything to do with drug dealing, homosexuality, and violence. This is the shit that they give us. This is the culture. We don't have a police chief problem, y'all. We have a cultural problem. And the problem is we don't have one. We don't have our original culture. So we have the culture that white supremacy gives us through the music, media, and entertainment. So it makes no difference who your police chief is, bruh. What makes a difference is what you are willing to do to take control of your neighborhood. How the hell are 3 people running around here with automatic weapons, most times all working for the police? A lot of these cats that are doing a lot of this killing, man, a lot of your stone cold killers, bruh. I ain't gonna say a lot. Your real stone cold killers around here work for the police. Y'all remember people like Shangalang? I ain't gonna drop no names. Y'all forget me. I ain't finna drop no names. But I can point out 6 or 7 people that worked for the police that were killers for the police. We asked the question, how they getting all these guns? Fuck you think they getting them from? The police. In a lot of cases. Do y'all realize, y'all might think that's far-fetched, but do y'all realize your government got caught numerous of times, many a times, running arms, smuggling arms to other countries, to gang members here in America? How many of y'all remember back in the 80s when they left them trains wide open with all them pistols and stuff, all them weapons on them trains? Where you think a lot of these guns are coming from? Because the Negroes that's killing each other ain't buying their shit from Walmart. They're not buying their guns from Dick's Sporting Goods. They're buying their guns illegally. They're getting their guns from somewhere. And a lot of times, these guns are being placed in our neighborhood along with the dope. Yeah, it's called the dope game for a reason. You got to be a stupid dope to play that game because it's set up for us to lose. Y'all, hold on one more second, man. I'm in this. So now, in conclusion, y'all got to forgive me. Facebook won't allow me to go live up until September 20th something behind a comment I made on my own post. All I simply did was quote a Jimi Hendrix lyric. That's neither here nor there. Again, the solution is we patrol and control our neighborhoods. It is really up to us to fight the crime. I mean the killing. Crime gonna take place, especially when you have a bunch of impoverished people who are facing a racist and oppressive system that basically controls your banking institutions, your home, your real estate institutions. All your institutions are really racist in nature when it comes to our communities, because our communities are basically being kept impoverished for a reason. They don't want us moving in their neighborhoods. They don't want us creating our own businesses. They don't want us really educating our own children. This is why your schools are inferior. This is why your banks are discriminatory. Your housing is discriminatory. Yes, all that plays a part in white supremacy, and it leads to crime. Because a man that got to feed his kids and he got 2 or 3 felonies, he want to do the right thing, but his children say they hungry. If he's any kind of man, he going to get out there and do what the fuck he got to do. So it's a catch-22. But when it comes to this killing, cats are out here imitating what they see on television and hear in these music and play on these video games. A lot of us in America cannot really understand the power of media. And that's a whole nother video. One thing we can do, if y'all really, I'm going to tell you really right now, who one of the most powerful people in the black community in Shreveport, you got a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to his name, because he's, in the white folks' eyes, a troublemaker. He's controversial. And that's Pastor Linus Mays. We need to put him somewhere in power, whether it be in Shreveport or Caddo Parish. Because this man has a heart for the people and is not scared to fight. And he is willing to do whatever it takes to make the situation for our people, not just in Shreveport, but all across the state. But he's willing to do what it takes. Go where he needs to go. Stand where he needs to stand. We need to find the fortitude, the courage, to put whatever differences you might have against Pastor May behind, and we need to get him in one of the most powerful positions in Shreveport. And I guarantee you, he will hold a lot of these elected leaders accountable, but even he can't do it by himself. He needs people to stand with him. Pastor Mays, I love you, man. I appreciate everything that you do for the community, and a lot of people don't know what you do to encourage me. I love you, Pastor. I had to send that shout out because I see it all the time, man. Like right now, you're supposed to be the president of the NAACP. Somehow you got screwed out of that. And I know right now you would have been the only person that would have been in the neighborhood, not just fighting the white folks on their racist, oppressive system, but you'd have been holding black folks accountable. You'd have been right there telling people, yeah, we need to pray, but we need to get up off our knees and fight when we finish praying, because God has given us the battle. So again, I'm going to come back with another video probably tomorrow. I have to upload these videos now because, again, I can't go live. But until y'all see me, man, hey, support the real news behind the news. Just by sharing our videos, you know, and engage me when if you disagree with me, engage me in conversation. I'm trying to stop a lot of the cussing, to draw a lot more people, because a lot of people will reject the truth that God puts in my mouth to tell just because it's me telling it. That's crazy. A lot of Negroes would rather buy a lie than get the truth for free. So y'all support me.